folks, how you doing, man? So I want to come on here and do a quick, just a quick video, and it's in regards to
David Chappelle.
and the gay community are going after him. They want to get him censored off of Netflix and get him canceled as a matter of a joke that David Chappelle made, and he was making a joke about, when a black person, kind of like when a black person get killed, nobody says anything, but as soon as you say something about a gay person, then, it's a problem, right? And and what had happened is it just it to me it's kind of it's upsetting in a sense because gays have always said from the longest time that they want to be treated just like everybody else. Now, this is what gay people this is what comedians do. If you want to get treated like everybody else, that's part of getting treated like somebody else. They're going to make fun about you, not about your lifestyle, not about who you are or your sexual preference, because David Chappelle was not bashing gay people. He was just making a point. And when you're starting to get offended by what a comedian says, now that's a problem, because these people are here to make us laugh. And living in the time and era that we're living in, where there's so much stuff to be, people are fearful of, the virus, and a virus that's kind of impacted our lives in so many ways. People are living in fear, people are losing their jobs. You need a break from everything that's been happening over the last year and a half, going on 2 years now, right? And the fact that this man is doing something on Netflix just to make people laugh and just be, happy for that, just for that moment, to see that gay people are really want to go after this guy and shut him down, to me, that's a problem. Because when you try to censor or modify the comedian, it really, at the end of the day, it affects, what this comedian is doing. Because then it's like you're trying to write his material. you know Comedians have been making fun of people from years now. That's nothing new. And when this guy is not coming out and bashing gay people, he's just making a point in a comedic sense. For gay people to get offended about that, to me, that's just bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, get over your feelings already. You know what I mean? We have bigger problems to worry about than going after a comedian who says something that you don't agree with. What he said wasn't homophobic. He wasn't bashing gay people. It's not like what the baby said in his concert, that I think he did. The baby did a concert in Florida or somewhere, and he said something homophobic, and the LGBTQ community went after him, and he had to apologize for that. I can get that if he's saying something derogatory or homophobic towards gay people, but when a comedian like David Chappelle make a statement like that, and it's not a homophobic statement by no stretch of the imagination. He wasn't putting down gay people. He wasn't insulting gay people. If anybody should be offended, it should be black people. It should be black men, right? But we're not. We know there's truth in what he's saying. Simply what it is. If a black man get killed or a black man kill another black man, nothing wrong with it. It's just what it is, and we move on. But if you say something about gay people, it's a problem. And what happened is, gay people proved him right. They went after Netflix, they want to get him canceled, and to me, that's just a sad state of affair when a comedian can't even say something funny and even something that had some truth to it without people getting offended. People need to get over their feelings. It's like, you can't say stuff about women, you can't say stuff about gay, even if you're a comedian and you're telling a joke. Because one thing people that are grounded, mentally grounded, do, they don't take issues to everything, especially if it's not specifically bashing you or saying something derogatory or disrespectful or racist or homophobic or sexist. You know what I mean? They realize that this is what a comedian do. A comedian tells jokes. And when you're going to try to modify a comedian or censor a comedian, it's like you want to write the comedian material. And this is what a comedian do. Their job is to make us laugh. And when we're going to try to cut them off at the knees and say, oh, no, you shouldn't say that, then it just shows that we live in such a bullshit society where people are so into their goddamn feelings that you try to get in front of everything. If you, as a gay community, says you want to get treated feel like everybody else, this is what it is when you get treated like feel like everybody else. They're gonna make jokes about you. They're gonna say things about you, and you have to have thick skin, because you gay people, you're not above everybody else. If you want to be a human being, you're not above being a human. You eat shit, sleep just like everybody else. So why should you now? You shouldn't be made make fun of, and especially if they're not saying anything disrespectful or homophobic. Honestly, gay people have to, get over yourself already. You're getting treated fair like everybody else. You're not above everybody, a human being. You're just a human like everybody else. And you have always said that you want to get treated fairly. And this is part of getting treated fairly. Comedians going to make fun about it. And the thing about it is, He wasn't not saying anything homophobic. He was just making a point, and the point is true because look at it. Look at how many black men have getting killed by cops, by white cops. And most of these cops get to go back to work, go back to life as usual, provide for their families, and continue doing everything that they were doing from before. And that black family now doesn't have a member. This member is dead. They was unharmed. They weren't doing anything wrong, and they get killed by cops, and nothing happened. But then here's a comedian like David Chappelle come out and say something about gay people and was making a point, and then all of a sudden now you want to cancel him? Then why are these cops fired? Why are these cops don't have a job? Why are most of these cops fired? The only cops that got fired and got jailed was the guy that killed George Floyd. Derek Chauvin or whatever the hell his name is. He was the only one out of the numerous amount of black men that were getting murdered by cops. You know, unarmed black men that wasn't a threat to the cops, but they end up losing their lives. And more than half of these cops still have their jobs, right? They're still working, they still can provide for their family, they still earn a living still, right? But yes, a black family now doesn't have a member anymore. Christmas coming up, these people won't even be there for another Christmas, another birthday. These people are dead. And these cops still can keep their jobs. But he came out and say something about gay people in regards to that specifically, and oh well, it's life as usual. But you say something about that in regards to gay people, and now it's a problem. And this man is not bashing gay people. He's not, saying calls to harms to go after and harm and kill gay people. The man was not saying anything about that. He was just simply making the point that I just made. When a black man get killed, no problem. But you come out and say something about gay people and it's uproar. And what you do is you prove this point 100%. 100% his point got proven, right? And the sad part about this, comedian is making a point, and now you want to censor a comedian. So in this day and age, what is okay? You said you want to get treated like everybody else. This is what it's like getting treated like everybody else. You're going to get people are going to make fun of you. They're going to make jokes about you, and for the rest of us, laugh it off because David Chappelle is a guy that is unfiltered. He says stuff about black people, white people, and people are grounded in this and are not caught in their feelings. They'll laugh because people want to laugh. In a time and era like this, more importantly, we need to laugh. We need to just get over our feelings already and laugh. As long as they're not saying anything, violent, disrespectful, homophobic, or going after you specifically in a very derogatory, violent way, then take a joke and laugh, man. You know what I mean? Like, relax. You're not above everybody else. You want to get treated like everybody else. People are going to make jokes. People are going to say things. Get over your feelings already. Because it's not to offend or disrespect or go after you. It's just making a point. And coming from a comedian, it should be something that people can laugh and take it lightheartedly. Because when a comedian speaks, it's supposed to be taken lightheartedly. Laugh about it. Because we have every reason right now to be laughed. Not every reason to get violent, get offended, and get caught up in our feelings. So my thing is, get over it. David Chappelle is a comedian. He's been telling jokes a long time ago. And when you want to get treated like everybody else, this is a part of getting treated like everybody else. People are going to say jokes, you laugh about it, and just move on with life. Get over it already. It is what it is. Let the comedian tell his jokes and don't try to censor people because far too often, I realize that gay people are getting overly sensitive, and there's a point when you can say, okay, this is going too far, and you can stand up for it, and that's fine, especially if it's homophobic, it's disrespectful, it's hateful. I agree with that. Stand up and take a stand about it. But sometimes you have to really look at it and say, you know what, who is it coming from, the source, and in what context is saying it. And the context is a comedian, he's making a joke, he's making a point, laugh and get over it already. It's not that serious. Okay, so that's what I have to say on this video, folks. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have a comment, drop a comment in the section below. Let me hear your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video.